Now we're drilling. Oh yeah, there we go. Atomic artillery shells. Fire! We are back on Narvis. It's time for 1,000,000 Narvis science per minute. That's expensive. Good thing we stockpiled from Gleba. How much is this gonna make us? Ooh, oh my god. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? That is a long train. This is so stupid. Oh, it's huge. Coming hot off the last episode, we figured out that we needed a space about this large to be able to fit in the biolabs that we need for this 1,000,000 science per minute goal. I ended up having to go mining off camera for a little bit and commit absolute genocide on the local fauna. All of this that you see here was completely red like this, and I spent a bit of time clearing that out. Now, I had to do a little bit of orientation and a little bit of playing around. If I quickly grab this now, I can demonstrate to you what I had to do. Let's copy that. The game freezes every time I make a copy of this. It's that ridiculously big. Oh, and the frame rate's terrible. And then when I switch back to Narvis, the game freezes again. This is ridiculous. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, the big thing that I need to keep in mind is that I don't want to lose access to all of these ore patches. There's just so many good resources there we can make use of, especially the stone, since stone is kind of in demand. So what I figured I could do is if I nudge this down just enough, I can squeeze it in here and minimize the number of ore patches that we'll end up paving over. One problem with doing that is if we head back to this again, 294,000 belts. That's not even including the rest of the buses that have to come all the way across in this area to meet up with all of the biolabs. And then there's the actual biolab serving area in here that needs a whole bunch of belts as well. To put that into perspective, Narvis here has the most amount of belts I've ever built on any of the planets. This is where it gets stupid. 77,000 turbo belts. There are 4 times more belts in this one build than my entire factory on Narvis, which is absolutely insane. So, do we have any legendary biolabs? Oh, we got 1 legendary. Okay. This is a wood chest. I need to move that wood chest over there. That's another thing I wanted to play around with is I want to try and just cycle wood so that we can get legendary wood. And then with legendary wood, we can have a good time. However you want to interpret that. With legendary wood, we can make legendary small electric poles, which give us a supply area of 5x5. If this is the radius of a pole, this is the radius of a legendary pole, and that's like a mini substation right there. So I definitely want to get my hands on that. That's going to change our building capabilities quite some. Yes, I do want to try and play around with tree farming as well, because if we take a look at our pollution, the pollution is terrible. A lot of these trees are kind of dead, but also most of the real estate out here is either desert or just corpses. I've never actually done tree farming before. It was one of the last things that we unlocked. So if we erase a bunch of those, there's some wood. If we turn the wood into seeds, then we can play around with the agricultural towers. Ooh. And I kind of want to do this design where we kind of end up with these hedges. You know, on the sides of highways where they have these really thick bushes separating the highway from the residential or the industrial areas or whatever. That's the sort of idea I've got going on here, because it'll probably be aesthetic as well. I have a question. Can we do legendary agricultural towers? No, we can't. Okay, that's annoying. Would it be nice if we could do legendary ones that can reach further out? But anyway, we're going to need more legendary substations, so that's something I'm going to have to build today. Then we're going to need a delivery system that gets rid of the items. Can't believe it. At the end of all this, we've gone to space, we've done crazy amounts of work on other planets like Aquilo, and at the end of the day, we're farming trees. The duality of man. And then the question is going to be, what sort of volume of wood are we going to be producing, and what sort of volumes of wood can we actually cycle back into legendary? What's the grow time on these seeds? 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes time, we're going to have trees here. And I need to build a new wood processing facility so we can process wood into legendary wood. Where are we going to do that? Somewhere in all this mess is a recycler. There we go. Preparing for the 1 million science per minute goal, and right now I'm sidetracked with making wood. So then that comes down here. They turn into stuff. The rest of the normal wood needs to then return back to the main sequence. Sweet, I think that'll work. Now we should be farming. Yep, here we go. He's brought some seeds. In it goes. Any farms? Yes! We have trees! So then from here we just need... Oh, actually they're bringing a lot. Oh! Oh, that is going fast. Okay, we got some qualities. Hey, we got some purples. That was quick. We got a legendary. Woo! Can we get another one? My hope is it won't process this as fast as we produce wood, because then these are going to back up. The agricultural towers won't be able to harvest the wood, which means the trees will stay behind and decorate this place, which is exactly what I want, because it'll look aesthetic, I hope. We have 2 wood. We can finally make a legendary wooden chest. Okay, so I think the answer from here is probably just going to be a few more cyclers. Yeah, they're just not as green. I'm going to have to see if there's a way I can get soil. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? We can make overgrowth soil for the other planets. Why can't we make grass? You may notice we're not getting any beeping sounds anymore. That is because of our new wall. These might look like Tesla towers, but I assure you they are not. They are a little mod I found called laser sights. So my thinking is, we've basically reached the end of the game. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's download some mods that give us new creative ways to ruin their day, just like they ruined our days. Now let me demonstrate how this thing works. Let me attract a bit of a crowd. We all know I'm very good at doing. I can pull. Oh, look at that. These massive beams of destruction come along and destroy them all. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, frame rate. Okay, this is it. So we rotate that. Oh, geez. That's probably the best place we can put it. So I'm going to left click. My game's frozen. My PC fans are whirring up. What have I done? Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's massive. Oh, it's huge. Holy moly. The game doesn't even know which belts to start placing first. Okay, so then we got to fit this in here so that I can turn it into a grid. If I then move this up so that that turns blue. Better get the alignment right because you're not picking that up. Yeah, exactly. How many speed modules is that going to be? Wait a second. I'm going to grab an inventory. Oh, hang on. We got fish. We got fish. Which has actually reminded me, we need to pick up the fish first before we do anything else. Let me grab some more landfill. Getting progressively longer to autosave. I need to grab our little deconstruction planner for fish and then just run it up like that. Boom, there we go. This is so stupid. 11,375 fish are now in my inventory. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Check out all your new friends, fish. I promised I'd get you back in this lake. There are 38,000 fish now sitting here in this pond. So that should now be 80. Yep, 80. 80 that way, and then how many going across this way? 64. So 80 times 64 is 5,120 labs. Why am I doing this? So now if we copy this, gotta line it up. Oh, no, 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 wait. Hang on. I've disconnected the power to the outside walls. Get them back online. Okay, they didn't take out any of the big towers. Looks like they already died from stored energy. Oh, that's so good. These things store energy. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. They're destroying the cars. Not the cars. Damn. How did you guys escape? Oh, geez. They are escaping. Ah, because blunt force trauma has returned. Wait, where did that get stored? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, geez. They're everywhere. Oh, God. They're everywhere. No. No. The robots have been carrying the eggs to the storage chest and they've just been leaving behind a hatched mess. Oh, God. Oh, God. Holy. Uh-oh. 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 I regret everything. Why? All right. Well, I guess we're just going to be patching up the factory for a while. So the mistake I made is I had biter eggs sitting in the rockets, and then I turned off the request for the biter eggs. And so the robots started delivering them back to the storage chests that are all over the factory. Oh, wait. No, don't tell me. Oh, no, they're bringing them over here. Uh-oh. And then they've just been hatching in the clutched hands of the robots. Delete that chest. Where are you guys going? No, they found another chest somewhere. Oh, they're all over the place. I can't track this. Hang on. Okay, hang on. They're returning the eggs. This might be good. They're returning the eggs. Okay, I think that crisis has been mostly averted for now. What we should do is have the storage chest lined up here next to all the turrets. I might come to regret this later, but let's do that for now. Yeah, I don't think these trees are absorbing the pollution very well. Has the pollution actually spread out to here? It has a little bit. Surprised they're not getting angry yet, though. Look at this swarm. And rest in peace, batteries. I can barely make myself out in all these. Can I just pick these robots up? Yeah, wait a minute. Can I just pick them up by hand? I think that's everything built. So now we can start copy pasting the whole schematic, which is exciting. I absolutely do not have enough parts to do the whole thing, but we can make a start. What I think I do want to do first, though, is place down the landfill. I want to make sure that this is a complete pave over. Pavement ASMR. Oh boy. Down the power goes. And 0. Okay, that's going to take a while. Charge faster. How much landfill am I going to need for this? If the answer is anything other than yes, we're on the wrong channel. Looks like there's a few other fish still hanging around. Okay, there we go. That should be the whole thing paved in. We are going to have to pave a whole bunch over here, but I might just leave that as water for now. Oh my god, 240,000, 300,000. We're probably looking at 500,000 landfill. And we're now at 43,000 fish. I wonder if they're feeling crowded in there. That's going to take forever. Okay, there were some other things I wanted to do. Yes, okay, I remember what I wanted to do now. So, in spirit of what I said earlier, how I found some new toys to play with, new and creative ways to cause misery to these biters and spitters, I discovered atomic artillery. We have to try that. So to make these things, we need processing units, explosive uranium Karen shells, an atomic bomb, and radars. Let's try and make some of that. This could be very fun. Let's grab one of these cannons. Actually, we need to research this first. This should go instantly. Yep. Explosive uranium Karen shells. We don't have explosive variants. How do we make those? We need explosive cannon shells. Okay, we're going to have to swap one of these out. Thankfully, it's the same ingredients, so that makes things a bit convenient. We need an atomic bomb. We have a good supply of atomic bombs. Radars. We should have a good supply in here. There we go. 14. All right, we can make 4, 5, 6. I have no idea what this is actually going to look like, so this is going to be rather interesting. But if this ends up being really cool, then we might have to set up a factory to do this automatically, which means the uranium coming out of here and getting processed here is way too slow, so I want to build a new Covarex enrichment plant. Probably go here. I cannot wait to see what this does. Where's the wall? Hey, fellas. I think he's dead, chat. I think we got him. Let's throw another one in. Bang! Oh, that is awesome. So that new fancy graphic for the nuclear explosions comes from a new mod that I found as well that makes them look just a little bit more hot, if you will. That was awesome. You know what we have to do. You know we have to do it. We have to get a fully stocked artillery train over there and just let loose. We have to. We absolutely have to do that. That is my goal for today while we wait for the landfill to craft. The first thing we're going to need is an ample supply of uranium. We're going to use this patch over here. Site Manhattan. So we get the copper from here. We got the iron from there. Uranium ore is there. This train can now stop receiving artillery shells. We are no longer in need of your service, but I will repurpose the train itself. Okay, there we go. Radar coverage. Nice. We can see just how royally screwed they're all about to be. Then we'll leave space for a bus, I reckon. This is getting heavy duty. Legendary beacon goes in there. And then we probably just copy that a bunch of times. And that's going to be a merger. Bulk inserter. And then we also have some tunnels going in like that. Yeah, I'm liking this. So that's going to be our quick little design. And then we can do speed modules up like that. And then probably productivity of the uncommon kind in there. So then we just need to do that for 8 lanes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to get 2 products out of this. We're going to get good and bad uranium. We need both of them to be able to make this stuff. Uh-oh. What the heck are you guys doing here? How are we going to power all this? Oh, actually, hang on. Legendary poles do reach the whole thing. Ooh, we can do legendary poles now. We're playing legendary now. Okay, legendary wood. How much of it did we grab? 32. That's enough for 64 poles. Actually, no, that's enough for 64 plus 32. We can get a productivity bonus. By using the electromagnetic plant, we get a 50% productivity bonus. How cool is that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Boom. Power will probably come in from the top. That's connected up. The only thing is these aren't going to drill until they have an ample supply of sulfuric acid. So that's what we got to work on next. Sulfuric acid needs petroleum, which means we need pump jacks. I wish there was an easy way to just box drag select all of the oil deposits and then just have them all automatically place. It's petroleum time. Should we try a new design for this? Basic oil into petroleum. I think I'll just stop it at that. We don't need any of the oils. 12 beacons to an oil refinery. Petroleum gas is ticking up quickly. I need to make the sulfur, and the sulfur is best done. We already have a design here that works really well. I'm just going to copy this and we're going to paste it again down here. We also need plastic. We're going to need our plastic plant here. I'm just going to copy the whole thing. I don't care. Plastic plant is going to go down there. And then we also need our explosives. Something like that. Really rough, but it'll get the job done. Okay, now we need some coal. There we go. We can do a belt balancer. There we go, something like that will work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yay, we have explosives. And we also need the sulfuric acid. Is that the same process? No, not quite. Hang on. Copy that. And then we just need some iron plates. This is the time that we are going to start needing the calcite. That's the iron ore. We need some calcite. We'll just do a quick little dirty train line here, I reckon. But then turn straight back around. There we go. Train stop there. Grab our buffer unloaders. Actually, it looks like a bit of a warhead. Not another questionable shape. Here we go. Here we go. They'll fill the buffer chests up as well. Iron plates. Heck yeah. That'll swing around all the way down south. Nice, nice. Oh god, radars. Radars need iron plates, iron gear wheels, and electronic circuits. Okay. Well, we're getting the iron plates. We could copy this for gears. Okay, and then that needs to become radars, which needs an assembly machine. Radars are going to be here. We need to make electronic circuits, which means... oh god, we need another one of these setups. Just plonk that over you for now. Okay, and once again, same setup. This time the calcite's going the other way. There we go. Copper cables. That'll make us some circuits. Then we get bulk inserters to drag those in. Stack inserters to drag out. Then we can power these all with a subscribe station. Explosive uranium cannon shell. We can do that next. Would be nice if we can somehow get 3 belts heading into there. Where there's explosives, there's always a way. Yeah, that's a nice tileable design. So it's going to make our explosive cannon shells, and then we got to combine that with the uranium. That's right, we still have the Khaeops process. Why isn't this doing sulfuric acid? Whoops, these belts are full. There we go, now we're doing sulfuric acid. Now we're drilling. Oh yeah, there we go. And then not going anywhere because I've got all the belts on the wrong direction. God damn it. Listen to that sound. The sound of death being produced. Okay, there we go. So that's 40 and not a single good uranium coming through there. Okay, so Khaeops process. Our previous process worked, but there's so much wasted space in here. I think we can do better. We could mix them up in a line, or we can leave some space between them, or some beacons. We need a manifold for both products. What if we did something like this? How does this look? It kind of does this bouncy snake thing. Okay, but that kind of works. If we have a bulk inserter on each, and then if we had a fast inserter extracting bad uranium, because this is going to make two products. We need bad uranium coming out of one side. Then the other side, probably going to be the same story. Nope, hang on, that has to come before. And then that probably has to loop around. Yeah, I like that. Oh, we are getting some good uranium out of this. Definitely not enough for a full bus, so I'm going to cut that out. Okay, that's going to be our thingo, which then probably needs to join up here. Speed and power. Okay, let's see. Does this work? We throw some in there, 9. Might have to quickly grab some uranium from our existing plant. Do we have any in storage? Yeah, we have heaps. It is looping, but it's not very efficient. It's kind of filling up. If we fill the rest of these... Oh wait, that's kind of backed up. Okay, hang on. So now we can run this over to this area and make those nukes, which needs processing units, and the explosive uranium cannon shells need the bad uranium. And then this can loop around to be turned into more stuff. Looks like it's blue circuit time. So blue circuits. Easiest way to do blue circuits. We need some red circuits. I'm not going to copy this whole block, but we can copy some of it. Okay, and then let's have a look at the split delivery system here. We have this ugly thing. Oh god, no, that's calcite. Oh crap. That's going to get us red circuits. Don't need too many, so I'll just grab this. Something like that. Then we need sulfuric acid. Look at that. We now have blue circuits. I'm excited. This is going to be very cool. Here we go. That needs power. Atomic artillery shells. Mass destruction crafting. Atomic artillery station. Where's a mushroom cloud icon? Why is there no mushroom cloud icon? I don't think this is even long enough to fit the whole artillery train, is it? Okay, here we go. Train's coming in. Train's pulling in. No, it needs to be longer. Okay, hang on. We can fix this. This is now the train stop. Oh, they're firing. They're very much in range. Okay, here we go. That does mean I'm going to have to sit here and defend this station. So where are these guys firing? Who are we killing? These guys. Okay. You guys are worried about this. You're going to be worried about what I'm sending you in a few minutes. Is that enough Khaeops? Okay, so we now have very slow but present capacity to make nuclear warheads. Let's see what these do when they find a target. Come on. You can do it. The performance issues. He's a little shy. He doesn't want to... He's not ready. Come on. Do something. It's like that meme, you poking the thing. Do something. Come on, you were literally just firing. Come on. He's probably waiting for me to leave the area. Oh, here we go, here we go. Are you all ready for this? Oh, they've got little green dots. Okay, here we go, here we go. Bang! Bang! That was awesome. I want more. Let's do some more, let's do some more. The problem is now I need to increase the amount of... Khaeops we're doing. If we copy this a few more times... Yes, look at it filtering through. Oh yeah. Man, these things take a long time. Let's speed them up. Some speed modules. Can we do a beacon? Supposedly we're producing 2,000 atomic artillery shells per hour. At full capacity, this factory will be fully loading this train up in 27 minutes. That's not so bad. It's a raid to a Bureau back stream. Whoa, whoops. Oh no, are they heading for that one? They launched that on one. I think we got him, chat. Mission accomplished. That poor biter particularly. Exactly. He deserved it. He had it coming.